Hi, my name is Azucena Gonzalez. I'm a realtor with Mojica and Associates, and I'm here to talk to you about 5 things you need to avoid during your next transaction. Number 1, avoid changing your marital status. That is super important because it can really make changes in the documents difficult for all parties included, okay? Just because depending on whether you're married or unmarried, really makes a difference, okay, on who needs to be on documentation, if certain documents need to be signed by either party. So just something to take into consideration. If you do have any questions about that, make sure you speak with your realtor, your lender, because super important, okay? So if at all possible, avoid changing your marital status, postpone one or the other, okay? And you get to pick the priority of which one is taken care of first, but don't forget. Another thing is changing jobs. Why would you want to avoid changing your job during a transaction? Because it can affect your loan. If it affects your loan, it can eventually affect your ability to close on the home, and that is a big issue. And we don't want that to happen. So don't do that. Another thing to avoid is switching banks or moving money between institutions. That is because, again, going back to the lending side, the loan officer will be asking for bank statements from you, okay? If they see any movements that can jeopardize your debt to income ratio or your reserves or that kind of thing, it can throw the whole transaction to the wayside. Again, we're going over these because a lot of these can really kill a transaction, okay? You're kind of like, a lot of these are ending in that. Yes, that's why you want to avoid them, okay? So far, avoid changing your marital status, avoid changing jobs, and avoid switching money in between. Nobody wants that, okay? Especially not you, because you're about to close on your beautiful home. All right. 4th, avoid paying off certain accounts that you have. You might be thinking, oh, I got this money now, let me go ahead and pay that off. Like, that's awesome. And in the other situation, however, because you are in the middle of a transaction, it can really make a difference when it comes to your lending terms and that kind of stuff. For example, you may have gotten your loan pre-approved based on the fact that you have so many reserves and all this kind of other stuff, but then you throw a wrench saying, well, I no longer have these reserves because I paid some debt off, which again, in any other context would kind of be a great thing, but not in this case, okay? 4th thing to avoid when it comes to these transactions. 5th and last thing, making any large purchases. That could be a car, another house, opening a new line of credit, getting all the new furniture for your house, buying a washer and dryer, a refrigerator, a home entertainment center. Like the list goes on and on. Don't touch it. Don't do it. Wait until you close and then go on your shopping spree galore. Again, the biggest thing is just holding out just a little bit so you can go ahead, get your house, and get everything that you want, okay? So real quick, 5 things that you need to avoid. Changing your marital status, changing jobs, switching money between institutions, paying off existing accounts, and then making any large purchases. Now, for the 4th one, I do want to throw a little quick disclaimer out there. If your lender gives you the okay to pay off an account, then by all means, do it. But if they have not, don't do it. If you want to touch anything money-wise, speak to your lender. That's the best thing I can tell you. Anyways, until next time, I hope you have a lovely week.